So we hold on, let me find us on a current map. We finished up the combat from the previous session, and then we stumbled upon a druid in this room with a winch in it, a tree through the middle, and we didn't talk to him, and apparently missed a bunch of dialogue. So his first thing was to summon a shit ton of the little tender guys, who proceeded to push our shit in for a little while.
Yeah.
Until
you cast
Jarrell...
you cast a badass hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, hypnotic pattern ate half of them.
Saved our lives.
And then Alcina ended up getting his staff away from him and breaking it, which caused them all to crumble. Jarrell was pinned up against the wall by these things just before the staff breaking. And he died, but was given CPR to be brought back to life.
Yes, that CPR really came in clutch that moment.
Yeah.
And we had everybody helping us out for a little bit too.
Most everybody was down, and then we had a long rest. And for the record, Jarrell, wait, Jeebus, you were down too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I was cradling both of you. I was cradling both of you during the long rest, because you're both just little guys.
I like to imagine that if this were a Rick and Morty show, then my Jarrell would be, his arms would be inflatable tube man arms, like constantly, just all the time.
I'll be imagining that for forever and ever now.
I'm glad it's effective.
Please take your reward of 1 inspiration.
Thank you. Could have used that on that death save.
Yep.
Actually, I take it back.
Now we return to reality, where the room is still and things are calm once more. Jarrell is leaning with some relative discomfort, one imagines, as some of his body parts were recently out of place, though he is well now.
He's definitely holding on to his ribs with his good arm.
Izix blinking away the bit of sleep from his eyes. And as you guys begin to more or less mill about the room, anyone who passes by that north wall can see out the window the herd of Martikovs cresting the hill.
What is a Martikov?
Those people, the wine people with babies, we gave them food, right?
That is correct. What is a Martikov? Jarrell's like, shit, no, fuck, what now?
Leister goes to the window and waves at him. Says, hey, everything's cool here now. Come on. Let's get shithouse.
Yes, come down and meet us. And they disappear under...
Yeah, that guy's loud.
Nice, I'll say what are you doing?
I was gonna go down the steps. Oh my goodness.
Roll me a dex save.
Are you talking about the vines? Because I thought we argued that I am a druid and they recognized me as druid kind. We did that.
Did we argue that?
Not last session, but the session before that, when we were fighting them down in the little tunnel thing.
That was discussed. I just don't remember the conclusion reached.
I don't remember the whole conversation.
A druid,
same,
not one like the casting druid.
Okay, you're not all right. Yep. I think that I gave it to you because I did not specify. So that is correct. They wiggle and they weave for your feet but they don't grasp. It's more like a caressing touch. So the way down is completely filled with vines.
I don't like that. I'm gonna hang my grappling hook and rope out the window and just climb out.
Okay.
Have we looted the
No,
druid
with the
yet?
druid. God damn it! No, I forgot. That was where we left off. She refused to go any further.
I'll loot the druid.
Damn,
Is
I
it
wanted
investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
Yeah.
Check his
Well,
prison wallet.
But Glacier already rolled his investigation for searching the druid.
Oh yeah,
if
21.
If that
Yeah,
happened, yeah,
it's-
he can do it. Yeah.
It's right here. It's
All right.
right above Sturg's 5d12.
deal.
Oh yeah, that's
One
fine.
moment, please. Roll me a 1d4.
Two.
Leicester.
Glacier.
Oh, right.
We're gonna take that 21.
Damn it.
And then a 1d10.
Oh, baby. Fuck, are you kidding me?
I think you'd need
Wow,
to
that's
reload.
tough. And then a 1d100, please.
You want
You
to? You
do
guys
the
want
hat
to say a
trick.
crazy trick? Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be
Oh.
one.
Okay.
This is
Oh well.
not going to be a gnat.
I would have stopped. It
All right, guys. See you next week.
was like there's evil here.
You are able to fish out one piece of like hard baked bread, one full water skin with, I mean, maybe like a swallow taken out of it, and one spell scroll of sacred flame.
Is that on the druid spell list by any chance? Or is it
I
cleric
don't think
only?
so.
Okay. Well then, we'll have to save this for Sister Nysa.
Okay.
Forgive me all for rolling very low.
That is A-okay.
This once.
Yeah, that's cleric only.
Yeah, we'll give it to Sister Nysa. I'm sure she's perfectly safe.
Darrell's gonna start just Eldritch blasting all these vines.
Just to be safe.
Just as soon as I clear them, though, right? Like, you're not, like,
Yes.
blasting me down the stairs.
Dance, monkey, dance!
gun.
Gleister propels himself out of the window. Alcena weaves her way through the vines, and Jarrell will arrive a short time later after physically and forcefully clearing them out.
Yes. I ain't using a grappling hook.
Isaac takes the normal way and simply makes his way down the stairs.
I follow him.
Am I any better at comforting that baby now? 16?
Craig, what are you doing? I can't even grab your character right now. What's happening? Calm down. Stop.
I'm off grid.
Oh my God, Craig, what have you done?
Am I broken? What happened?
Yeah, you broke it. Yeah, Gleister, you just like rush up and
I
start talking to this baby.
I approach at a normal speed, not like a madman. And yes, that's exactly it. I want to try the Gucci Goo again and hopefully not horrify the creature.
Okay. The Mardikovs, they all begin to sort of like fan out over the property and begin weaving in and around the winery and like sort of assessing the damage that's been done.
Hey, wait. Oh, maybe we should. Everybody be warned that there could be enemies about, and to shout if there are, and I will come rescue you.
I got my whistle, sir.
All right.
The two kids, well, the youngest of the older boys, Elvire and Adrian both, they can't seem to stop staring at you guys as you sort of one by one file out onto that front veranda. And then Stefania, the woman, she's just sort of holding that baby in her arms, giving it a gentle rock, and singing a brief lullaby under her breath as you kind of lean in close to the little baby and give it a smile and perhaps sort of get a flashback of Myrtle wondering what she looked like.
Can I listen to the
Ouch.
what song it was?
Yes. So give me a perception check with advantage, please.
Okay.
You sort of lean on the post nearby and prop against it nonchalantly, and you are able to hear pretty clearly the words that Stefania is saying aloud. For your benefit, I have subtitles.
Where is my lady, the maiden fair, with eyes like stars and raven hair? There she stands in a ring of stone, where she waits for me and me alone. And for a glade and woods so deep, where truths are known and secrets keep, she begs a gift and gave I do, for never was there one so true. Where is my lady, quick and sly, full of laughter beneath the sky? There she stands in a ring of stone.
And as she is singing, you get a hesitant smile from the babe in her arms, Gleister. Before you head off to accost someone.
Oh no, the two boys that are staring at us all mystified, I want to offer to show them my cool silver sword.
Adrian, as he is heading inside, he'll give it a look. He starts to talk to you about things like, "Oh, is that what you killed the druids with? Their blights, you slayed them all. Wow, that's incredible."
Yeah, it was quite the fight. Kind of shift uncomfortably.
Wasn't no sweat. We made it.
It's what we're good at.
Thumbs up.
What?
Oh, I was about to say, sorry, that lullaby like played the sound twice, so my head is comprehend.
Did it really?
I have two tabs open, so it played it at the same time, throughout the tab, and I couldn't even read what the thing said.
You were instantly overstimulated.
Yo, 100%. That knocked me out. 1 second.
After doing a brief loop around his fermentation room, Davian returns to the little veranda, and he reaches out his hand for you, Gleister, and gives it a firm, manly shake. Hands it off to you as well, Jarrell, and get that thankful shake. He's offering them all around. Stir gets one, Jeebus gets one, Isaac, who's definitely there, gets one. Thank you. And congratulations on something that we all thought was completely impossible. I can't believe that I'm standing in my home once more.
That's good stuff, man. Some wine?
Yes, wine, yes. Come in. Let us celebrate.
You were literally 1 microsecond away from me yelling, "Can you hear me?"
Yes. Come inside. I'll leave the restoration and cleanup to my younger sons at that moment. But yes, please, why don't we all enjoy a glass of some of our wine here, and then I believe I owe you a bit of an explanation.
Neat.
Wait 1 second. And he steps up to the vat, and he carefully pours a glass for each of you. And if you take a sniff, it's a very fine vintage. You take a taste. It's the perfect combination of sour and sweet. It's quite strong.
Definitely use that to take the edge off.
He raises his cup to each of you and gives you a wide smile as more and more ravens sort of begin to fill up the rafters of the room. And to you, the saviors of the wizards of the wine.
Drell will raise his glass and toast.
I do too.
Sure. Yeah.
I make sure Isaac has one.
He holds it, but he doesn't really
Guys
take
eat 'em
much
all
of a
in one
drink.
day, you're not gonna have anything all week. That's your own problem.
He takes a long drink, Davian does, and at some point it kind of gets a little awkward. Maybe you exchange glances, and he pulls it down and wipes his mouth. And I will be true with you now. The forest folk didn't simply attack because they are bad neighbors.
Huh?
Yes, we we are members of a secret society, the Keepers of the Feather.
Fuck.
This is what
This
we call
guy's
ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Just. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
Please ask any questions that you may have. I promise that I have no secrets from you from here on out. That is my promise to you.
What the shit is going on with these birds and the ravens? Are the ravens good? Are they bad? Are they bad because Ravenloft? Spill the beans, old man. And Gleister, by the way, drained his entire glass of wine and is holding it out for another refill.
Roll a con save. No, I'm just kidding. He takes the goblet by the stem and he fills it eagerly without a question, without even a beat. Without even a flash of irritation across his face. Should we wait for Chill for 1 second?
Okay.
What was the name of the organization? What are the feathers?
Keepers of the Feather. Keepers of Heather. That bitch.
She needs to be restrained, for sure.
Yeah, that was the name of this druid, but you didn't even ask what her name was. Welcome back, my friend. He looks up to the ravens in the rafters, and he looks down back to you, and he says, "We use these ravens as messengers and spies. Their keen eyes and silent wings make them perfect allies in our struggle. They are the key to our efforts, watching, listening, and helping us stay one step ahead of Strahd's gaze. Because our purpose is not to wage direct war against Strahd, but to aid those who oppose him in quieter ways, guiding, sheltering, and protecting those brave enough to stand against him. That was you, my friends.
Yeah, reckon so.
I admit that I may have taken a bit of advantage in order to test your abilities, but... well, I have no doubts in you at this point. As the leader of the Keepers of the Feather, it falls to me to ensure that our mission endures, so I'm certain that you can understand.
Have there been any others that have attempted to oppose Strahd?
His kind of face falls and he looks slightly less forthcoming and almost a bit sad as he stands there speaking to you. But after a moment, he looks back up and... it was just over 3 months ago. Elric, one of my youngest sons, shared a fiery passion for rebellion. He had heard of a revolt forming against Strahd, a bold but doomed endeavor, and he believed that he could make a difference. Adventurers come and go through this land every few seasons. Some seem stronger than the others. It's nothing new, but none have been quite like you, though. He went on this rebellion, even though I forbade it. We're spies, not warriors. Strength lies in shadow and whispers, not in open defiance. I warned him that joining such a cause would not only endanger his own life, but risk exposing us all. He takes a moment to refill his glass and drain it almost immediately.
You asked you for another refill.
Your third?
Yeah.
What's your con score? $16. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Hello.
16.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie. Uh-oh.
Okay. You hold out the goblet, leaning over the rail as you do so, and sort of misjudge the exact direction that Davian is in, but after a moment you manage to waver it on over into his hand, and he hands you that third drink. Without question or complaint.
Okay, well, I'll nurse this one.
Why was it the forest folk decided to move upon you?
Yeah.
Well, let me finish telling you about my son. I think it will give you more insight versus just answering the question as you've asked it, my friend. My son, Elric, he never returned. Whether he was cut down by Strahd's forces or something worse, I cannot say, but not long after his death, trouble began to brew like a storm, and scarecrows that plague the valley began to descend upon our vineyard, And the forest folk joined them in their attacks. They were strange. They were different than they had been before, emboldened by some new dark force. They were often led by a mysterious woman. I've never seen her before. Her skin was dark as stormy skies, and well, even just seeing her across the hill from a window, her presence was as menacing as the devil himself. He goes ahead and he downs another drink and fills his own once more. Yeah.
Huzzah.
You're back.
Oh, good.
Welcome. He managed an 18, though I apparently did not take him off Whisper.
Yeah.
But he is the owner of the winery, after all. I think that he could manage it.
I suppose that figures.
The wine, this entire winery, it depends on magic, my friend. Far older than any of us. 3 gemstones, green as emeralds and shaped like pine cones, are the lifeblood of our land. They are enchanted with plant growing magic, allowing us to produce 3 fantastic and distinctive vintages. 10 years ago, the first of these gems, the one for our Champagne du l'Estampe, was stolen. My son, Erwin, failed to guard it. He claimed to have seen an old woman in the fog, with a raven perched on her shoulder. He swore that raven carried the gem away in its beak, but I never believed him. We know all the ravens in this valley, and none would betray us. 3 weeks ago, those scarecrows found the second gem, the one for our Red Dragon Crush, and stole it. 5 days ago, the forest folk came for the third, leaving us unable to produce even purple grape mash. Number 3. We're drinking the last of our supplies even now. We attacked Yester Hill to reclaim it, but my family, as I've said, we are spies, not warriors. 2 days after that, they returned with blights. They drove us from our home, this winery. I've never seen them commit such creatures before. It's like they've unlocked some new, horrible, dark power. But the gems clearly play some part in it. We overheard them before they drove us out. They're searching for the first gemstone, the one stolen 10 years ago. Why, I can't say, but how do they even know about it? Well, that's a mystery too, and he downs the whole thing of wine once more, as he is clearly a troubled man. This has been plaguing him for quite some time, and, well, he begins to get a bit bleary-eyed at this point, and he leans heavily on the wall. What I do know, my friends, is this. Without at least one gem, Barovia will have no wine. None. That will tear this land apart. He kind of wipes the tears away as they threaten him in his composure. I won't ask you to face the great Baba Lasaga herself. You're not ready for that. The druids at Yester Hill. What?
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
No.
Don't image against my head.
But the druids themselves at Yester Hill, they're within your reach. If you could defeat them and reclaim at least the third gem, the one they've stolen, the winery can at least begin producing Purple Great Mash number 3 again. You've proven your might. Will you do this for us, for Barovia?
Yeah, okay. I feel like we were supposed to be doing some other thing, but that's fine.
Yeah, weren't we like gonna talk about going to that temple or something?
The temple. But what were we immediately
Amber?
headed to that this was on the way to?
We were on our way to the city of Kretz,
Yeah, I think so. I
believe.
my personal opinion, I think we should go to the city. Or the town.
Well, we can put this in our quest journal for follow-up. Explain to us again the deal here, pal.
What in specific?
You get 3 gems to recover.
Yeah, and
Indeed.
where do we need to look for these?
Yeah.
Where's
that one that we don't have to fight the Baba Yaga?
It's not that far from here. It's only perhaps an hour's journey up on Yester Hill. It's not far from here, and I've already considered the difficulty you might face, and he points behind you where another individual has slipped into the room. And it is a sort of grim-faced woman in dark leather. She's got a bow slung across her back and a sword at her side. And he says, "This is Muriel Vinshaw. She's one of our best, the Keepers of the Feather. I did not send her with you to capture winery, as I did not wish to betray us in our position, as it is a secret society, keyword being secret there. But as I said, she's one of our best, and she's got a bone to pick with the druids, same as you. She can fight, she can scout, and I promise that she will not slow you down."
Okay, well, an hour away doesn't seem so bad, and we got a definitely not suspicious guide.
What time is it in the game?
That is a fantastic question. It is about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
And did we see what kind of what was the moon the night before? Did we stay in the place overnight?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we took a long rest.
Do we know what the phase of the moon was last night?
Oh,
It wasn't a full moon.
Oh, obvious.
We would have known.
Yeah.
We should still have time before a full moon, because we're only a couple, like maybe a week or so into game time.
Does that mean we started on a new moon? Do you know that for a fact?
Yes, I do actually remember that you said that the most recent full moon had already passed. So that is on audio somewhere in the first or second session.
But that doesn't mean we started on a...
Oh, because...
That just means it had passed.
But because Strahd was bitten, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, the full moon has passed back in not Barovia land. That doesn't mean that I didn't say exactly how long it had been since the full moon.
So in theory,
You also killed your brother.
Between 1 to 3 weeks ish.
Can I roll like a history check or something, or?
Yeah, you pop outside and you take up a look at the sky and go ahead and roll a history check for your remembrance of moon phases.
I'll come help you take a look. Hold on.
You are struggling a little bit, but you know that it's not a circle and it's not a moonless night. Alcina, you can come and put your hand on his shoulder as he's straining so hard to remember what moon phases are that, his face is turning a bit redder, his cheeks are a bit puffed. You kind of pat him on the shoulder and a bit of sympathy and let him know that it is a waning crescent moon. So not to trouble himself too much.
That doesn't.
So it's not quite half. It's not the first crescent moon. It's like more like a quarter to. I'm trying to think of fractions as of.
I was like, that information. I was like,
So it's just no, it's not quite half. Not
quite okay,
half.
so we got a while.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay, I think that it's only an hour away. I think that it wouldn't be a big deal to pop over there and see what we can recover.
I'm down.
We just had a long rest, and it's easier to travel in groups at night under the cover of the darkness.
Whatever it is that you prefer, whenever it is that you prefer to leave, I understand. You are welcome to rest here for the night, but you are also welcome to depart now. I'm sure if Muriel can accommodate that, Muriel? And she just kind of gives a disinterested shrug of her shoulders, but stands up straighter from the wall as though she's prepared to go. And if you do this, my friends, if you do see to those mad druids at Yesterhill, we won't forget it. Not only will you have helped all of the citizens of Barovia, you will have helped us, and I can promise you that the Keepers of the Feather will be yours to call on whenever and wherever you need us. Intelligence, shelter, supplies, messages, you just name it. There aren't that many safe places left in Barovia, but we will make sure that you've got one.
You could send those raven friends of yours searching for the location of the 2 remaining hags. That could be useful information.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Hags, you say?
You said these ravens are your spies, yes?
Indeed.
You spied a old lady selling meat pies?
Yes, we've encountered her a time or two in the village of Barovia in Valaki. Kresk, once or twice.
Yes. She was one of a coven of hags. Those pies were made of children.
Made of children?
What?
Do me a favor and go ahead and keep that between us. I do believe each and every one of my family members has had one of those pies.
When he told him about the pies, I spit out my drink.
Oh yeah, he was just with us then.
Neither was Alcena, but Nysa was. So Alcena is also learning this information for the first time.
I'm like dry heaving in the corner.
I was so hopeful, Alan. Your sound was so crisp when you came in. I thought we were gonna have a great evening.
Did you guys hear me ranting?
No.
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 Oh, yes, Jarell, we discussed this. They were made of halflings and gnomes. They were made of halfling and gnomes, Jarell. Hey,
Oh yeah,
Jarell.
that's right. That's right.
They were made of
Sorry.
halflings and gnomes, Jarell. Oh, they were made of halflings and gnomes, remember? Remember, Jarell?
Yes, I do remember now, Gleister. My apologies.
He's shaking your shoulders, looking in your eyes desperately begging you to just convince him. You want him to have a mental breakdown right now? Because if not, you got to put some effort into this. I can't believe you would say that right in front of me, you fool. That's not Gleister talking. That's not Gleister talking. That is me, the player, talking. Sturg is eating salad. Anyway, you got to roll me a persuasion check, Jarell. If you don't, I'm gonna drown myself in the. I'm gonna vomit my guts out, and then I'm gonna drown myself in the wine pot.
Sick.
Halflings, gnomes.
Thanks, bud.
Halflings and gnomes.
I really appreciate that.
Yes. Let's stick to that.
So confused.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna take it at face value and not gonna pry.
Halflings and gnomes, everybody.
Halflings and gnomes.
For those that remember, the kid is fine. A-OK.
At least one of them.
Well, the baby. This was reference to like our first or second session.
We're not trying to give Glacier a mental breakdown.
I'm twitching.
Em is being mean. She keeps bringing up Myrtle's death. That should be against the rules.
I'm so sorry. I really shouldn't be mean. Anyways, so Devian, he gives you guys a wide smile. He's standing a little straighter. His face and eyes, they look a little bit brighter. Seems hopeful. And he finishes off his wine, tosses the cup aside, and well, I ought to get back to work here, helping the others, but we'll be keeping an eye out for you.
Let's keep an eye out for those vines here as well. They're dangerous.
Good to know. Elvia, stay away from there!
Oh, also be careful with the fungus, man. The fungus downstairs, the fungus is crazy now.
I told you this. I told you how volatile it was.
Yeah, but it's like probably worse than you remember.
So, you're not wrong. It has been many days since we've been here.
So be very careful.
Very well.
To Yester Hill, then.
To Yester Hill.
Yeah. Let's bust some skulls.
Yeah, morning comes fast in Barovia. We've got ground to cover. Let's go. And Muriel just pops off the wall and heads out the door.
Before we go, can I ask this woman where she learned that lullaby?
Yeah, you pass by as the others are beginning to mill out and follow Muriel on the path. And she's sort of standing there swaying in the cool breeze, and you stop. Goes, truth be told, it's been in my family for as long as I can remember. My mother sang it to me once, and her mother sang it to her once. Her mother's mother sang it to her mother, and you know how it goes.
I thought it was super interesting.
Oh, well, thank you. It's my little darling's favorite lullaby these days. Nothing puts her to sleep quite like that one. I don't really know where it comes from, though, but it has been around for as long as I've ever known.
What do you think the message is on it? Do you think there is one, or is it?
Perhaps being sweet to the women of your life? Or, I don't know, some mystical maiden fair of the forest glade and swamp and marsh? Perhaps it's just a children's song. That seems most likely, don't you think?
I think so. Thank you.
Of course. Best of luck.
To you too. I'm out.
Certainly. All right. As you guys reach the very edge, oh gosh. As we reach the very edge of the vineyard's threshold, Muriel pauses for a moment. Look, so before we reach Yesterhill, I've got a stop to make, if you don't mind. A contact, name's Cavan. Might have defenses, maybe even their plans. Can't say
Sounds
for sure.
reasonable.
But yeah. If it's got something, it's worth knowing before we step into that viper's nest, don't you think?
Whatever we can use to our advantage.
Good. And then she takes off, and you walk a little bit longer, and then she stops and turns back to you. One more thing. What we're doing here, it stays between us. All right, Davian wouldn't approve, and I don't really need his lectures right now. So, just promise me you won't breathe a word of this to me. Not one word.
Yeah, okay.
That's that then. What in particular are we looking for here? Is she like trying to take you down the back alley and kill you, or?
I think
Alcina?
you're muted, Alcina.
My bad, I was muted. Just yeah, to see if she's being genuine or if she's acting like super sketchy.
She definitely seems genuine. She's definitely being a little sketchy. But she seems like she at least believes that what you're doing is what you should be doing.
Okay, Alcina still doesn't trust her, but she'll keep her mouth shut.
All right, it's a bit of a walk, but let's go.
After you.
And she keeps you guys heading off down the trail. And you walk for a while, about 15-20 minutes or so. A thin, chilling mist curling over the pathway. The moonlight sort of filtering in through the leafy trees. Everything gets a bit thicker as you near Yesterhill. The mist seems heavier. The air is crisper and colder. And quieter, even. Only broken by the snap of a twig underfoot as you're tromping along. Squelch of mud beneath your boots. As you make that 15-20 minute trek overhead, there are 4 large swarms of ravens that have taken flight from the branches of the trees around you. And they do not caw, nor do they dive, only following above.
As we walk, can I nudge Jarrell and ask him, What's in those? What was the pies? Were those actually kids, or was it gnomes, or whatever the is we talking about?
Making sure I'm
La
out of
la,
earshot.
I'm far away.
Sir.
I
Yes.
was whispering. I was whispering. Just making
I'm
sure.
all the way over here anyway.
Glacier and
Oh, it
Alcina
was-
are
it
talking
was-
about his various children, just asking questions about all of them because I only got to meet a handful. So we're in deep discussion over here. He's explaining to me all of his children.
Very good.
It was children. They were kidnapping
Oh.
children for their pies.
Oh, that's not good. Why? Like, what was just because they're batshit insane, or
Yeah, hags tend to be very nefarious.
that's wild? Isaac, did you know about that? Did you hear about that?
I've heard of the old lady, but I had no idea.
Did you eat one of her pies?
I did not eat one of her pies.
Look at this form. You think I'm eating pies, brother?
No, you're pretty lean. Yeah, you're right. What is your diet? I want to be like that.
I don't think we have a long enough walk ahead of us to really go over how you would need to adjust yourself to be more like me, Dragomir.
Damn. All right, next time. You're gonna share your diet plan with me.
Whatever
Just
you
not
say,
what he
little
eats.
brother. Yeah, you just mimic him at all times. He claps you on the back extra hard with his monster hand, as though to exemplify that he is strong and you are a small, puny weakling.
I'm good. I roll my sleeve up
I
and
would
it's just
slap
like,
him on the
like
back
a
then.
really tiny muscle.
Are we doing a back clap train, Sturg?
I mean, shit, why not? He thinks he's strong, I'm stronger.
He just turns to give you a grin. He thinks you're being you're behaving in camaraderie.
Rel stands there, arms waving wildly.
Wacky inflatable arm man. I was like, wait, why?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Your arm's okay?
You guys keep walking, and she kind of just looks over her shoulder, shaking her head as you guys just have various antics on the brief walk.
You're just jealous.
I mean, it's a fair assumption that she is, in fact, a little bit jealous. The footpath veers deeper into the undergrowth as she leads you further, and it's not long before the path opens up into a small, mossy clearing, illuminated faintly by pale moonlight and twinkling fireflies.
I feel like dancing. I need a partner.
Just
The wind hears you as it begins to dance through the trees, rustling the leaves around you, making it almost sound like you're in a glade full of whisper.
What is that?
Can I
Yes?
can I see if I see any secret druidic messages? That'd be
From here?
yeah.
Roll me an investigation check. Okay, pause. From over there or from here?
Okay. Then maybe back here.
Okay, roll me investigation. You look around the clearing, but you don't see any obvious, like, signs or telltale things. Did you move, Isaac?
I moved him a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. At the center of this clearing stands a tall mound of large black stones, an ancient cairn adorned with different lichens and blooms and a collection of strange runes. Alcina, as you follow up the path behind Muriel, you do see a bit of druidic symbolage. You stupid bitch.
Weird that it said that.
Said
What do you mean, rock?
God above.
Yeah. You guys hear
Trying
that?
to whisper it.
Yeah, 1 second. Let's see if this works.
I'm gonna be staring at the fireflies.
Sorry about that. No!
Avert your eyes!
Yes, continue to avert them. Oh my god, I can make the text box bigger. Thank you, Lord on high. In case anyone was wondering.
Oh, look at that.
You just drag it up from the bottom.
There we go. Okay.
I was like, I can't see shit, dog. Okay. You see runes on the mound here form an epitaph. As Muriel kneels down before the cairn and pulls a dagger from her boot.
Nope, she's evil.
Only if she cuts herself and bleeds on it.
Hmm.
She drags... Oh god. Yes, Glad? You still there, buddy?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I guess so.
Okay. I guess so. She drags the tip of the blade across her palm and allows a few drops of blood to drip into the basin at the base of the cairn.
Not
And then
clean.
quickly curls her palm into a fist. As Muriel's blood drips into the basin, the low curtain of mist around the cairn seems to quiver. The mists rise, gently swirling in the air, until the spectral form of a man steps forth from the moonlit depths.
Well,
Oops. His face is lined and weather-worn, his thick brows creasing above dark, piercing eyes. He's clad in
Ghost.
simple leather armor. Yes? What? Hello?
Diego.
What just happened?
I think he's
Ghost?
trying to speak.
oh,
He does look like a ghost, I think is what you're asking.
is he a Viking?
You hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
Does he look like a ghost?
Yes.
He does. He
Ooh,
does look like a...
Am I supposed to hear the lullaby again?
Are you hearing it right now?
Yes.
You should not be.
It's in front of you.
Does anyone else hear it?
No?
Mm-mm.
Thank God. That would be creepy.
I don't understand.
Imagine having-
Okay.
Having a schizophrenic episode. Yes, true.
Yes, he does look like a ghostly man. He sort of coalesced from the fog surrounding this clearing, the fog that permeates the entire land of Barovia. He doesn't look a Viking. He just has kind of like a Viking, I guess, but not really. He's got like simple
Viking.
leather armor. Yeah, exactly. We've had this discussion. And rough spun cloth. His arms and chest has a different, like a veritable tapestry of scars and tattoos that seem to shimmer in the pale light, as he is a spectral form. And he's got earrings forged of animal bone and obsidian that hang down near his shoulders, both of which are covered with a cascade of long, dark hair. In his right hand, he wields a long, wicked spear forged of mist, its point seeming to devour the ethereal light that suffuses the clearing. He looks down upon you all.
Greetings, Muriel Vinshaw. I see you have brought new companions this time.
And she leans down in front of him,
This time.
bows her head to him.
Uh-oh.
Evil. Kill.
Yep.
My friends, this is Kavin, an ancestor of the mountain folk. Kavin, this is... Pardon me, I don't think I actually caught all of your names.
I'm Gleister. Gleister Poitain.
Alcena.
I'm
Jarrell.
Jeebus. This is my brother Isaac.
Oh, I'm Strahd.
And
I lost
Isaac.
my god.
Oh no. Isaac obviously, he just kind of stands there sizing this spooky ghost up.
Yeah, do you want to explain to us what's going on here?
Hail to all of you warriors. I wish to know as much as I can of you, your plans, and all of your victories. You must be strong to be brought here by Muriel Inshaw.
I mean, to brag, I did jump out of a burning building, like 2 stories, beating up 2 spellcasters, and still saving one of them, and letting them live as mercy. I also beat my demons, and rejected my god. And now I am godless. I guess that's the most impressive thing I've done. That, or wrestling a demon baby sludge thing.
No, your whole thing with the god is way better. I told you that guy was a bitch.
I wouldn't be saying it out loud, but I'm just gonna say I no longer am in faith with him, as he no longer speaks to me.
Yeah. Well, he's a bitch, is probably why I was saying that.
Yeah, I'm not that
impressive victories.
We did just slay a bunch of druids and their
Bunch.
blades.
It was like an army.
Yeah, that was more of a draw, not fucking win, to be honest.
It was a win.
That was close.
I stand up. Well, first of all, okay, you guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stand up close to the ghost and I look him dead in the eyes with a very serious look, and I say, "Run down in the street, and I murdered 17 people." And I don't elaborate any further.
Huh?
You will not see me disgrace cold-blooded murder. So long as you put forth efforts and heroic ability, you can claim this as a victory.
Well,
And
Lester does say that.
Muriel stands, and as the druids are mentioned, she nods and she begins to explain what happened in more detail. And, we've come to seek your knowledge, Kavin. Whatever you can tell us of the druids at Yesterhill. But as he is speaking, you can hear a rustling from the woods behind you, and the ravens above you sort of, not like bounce, but like they startle on their perches. And the spirit's gaze looks up above your shoulders, and his grip tightens around the shaft of his spear, and
Halt, Muriel Inshaw. We are not alone. Something watches us from the shadows.
Uh-oh.
Perception checks.
please do.
Perhaps.
Ooh, damn!
Perception. Oh, wait. Oh, I almost messed up. I gotta get my Jack of Trades down.
That's crazy, dog. You did that shit.
I did do that.
Jarrell, you turn quick as possible. And you're able to see a human silhouette flicker in the trees before instantly vanishing amidst the darkness.
And where was it? I saw the silhouette.
Hereabouts.
Fireball.
I don't have that spell. I will, point it out what I did see, but
You don't see anything worrisome as you stand in the clearing, Alcina.
I guess
You
hold
step into the
action.
trees.
Yeah, I'll go hereabouts.
I'll pull my longsword as I get a bit closer as well.
Dead leaves crunch underfoot as you pass between the thin trees, and the thick mud squelches beneath your boots. There's no sign of any living soul amongst the cold darkness. However, you notice a faint reddish light flickering in the distance, like a campfire obscured by branches and brambles.
It looks like there may be a camp up ahead.
Is that in the direction of the hill?
It looks like.
Could be, but there's only road there, and then a druid camp.
Could be a distraction.
Could be. We should make haste. Get our information and carry on.
Yes. Dro will keep an eye on the wood lines.
Muriel returns and bows her head once more. Great Cavan, we beseech that you tell us all you know of the druids of Yesterhill, the forest folk, as you call him. And he sort of grips the spear tighter and gives a slow nod.
The forest folk have been more active lately, gathering berserkers in the northern basin and leading lights of their monstrous tree down to the lands below. They have a new leader, or so it seems to me. A dark-skinned woman clad in a white gown and a golden tiara. I believe her to be a mage, as I have seen her conjure strange lights and sounds. They also recently obtained something incredibly old. An enchanted gemstone once belonging to my people. I had long thought lost. Those folk have constructed enormous effigy of wood and earth atop the hill, within the great stone circle that serves as their meeting place. and placed this gem within its chest. There are more. There are more than a dozen of them. Druids and berserkers, now atop the hill. Though more do arrive there every day. They await the one they call the Shadowed Lord. The Lord of the fortress. To the east.
Seems we should move quickly before more reinforcements arrive.
Boy. Yeah. Some skulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My advice
Well-
to you is
Yeah.
these forest folk are weak, and they toy with powers they barely understand.
Maybe we could talk to them.
I would not say the forest folk of my time. They were savages, not even worth the time it would take to attempt to talk to them.
Right. Well, then, just for the record, you're saying we should just bust some skulls.
I cannot tell you how to proceed. I can only tell you what I know. And what I know is that if you strike this magical effigy before their binding ritual is complete, if you tear the gem from its chest, the storm they are conjuring even now will turn on them. Their own power will destroy them. So strike fast, strike true, and leave nothing behind.
Okay. Sounds easy enough.
Yeah. Leicester slams his fist into his palm and says, "Let's do this."
Let's go, guys. Let's bust some heads.
You making fun of me? You think this is a joke?
Make
This is
fun of
real life,
myself.
sir.
Real life consequences.
Muriel bows her head and she thanks him for his advice, and she begins to depart with all of the rest of you. But you know that Kevin must love to hear the sound of his own voice, or perhaps he doesn't get very many visitors, because he floats forward as you all begin to depart.
One last thing.
Oh boy.
Among the druids stands an elder, Strahd. He wielded a wand of petrified wood, once carried by my people's spiritual leaders. Bring it to me. Prove yourselves worthy, and I will share knowledge of a weapon, one of great strength that may turn the tide of your battle.
What
Do
kind of
this.
weapon?
Well, you do not have my trust just yet, brave adventurer. Do this, bring it to me, and you shall have that trust.
Okay. It's gonna be like, I don't want to a weapon none of us can use. It's just really like inconvenience.
Alcina could use it, but it could be evil.
Oh no, I meant like, does he want us to return the wand to him?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, bring him the wand, he'll tell us about a different weapon.
Also, Alcina,
Yeah.
that is not correct.
Like fucking
Alcina can dream, okay?
I mean, who's to say he's gonna keep it? He's a ghost. What use does he have for a fucking stick? Just
More
like
or
a
less, like telling or showing. He said to show our worth.
yeah. So you could keep it.
Possibly.
Bargain with him if we find it.
I'm gonna try to make eye contact with him and say, "Hey, man, if you're lonely out here, I got a bunch of kids who I think would love you. You wanna meet all my kids sometime?"
Oh my gosh.
No.
Cabin just sort of fades away. The mist begins to completely disperse. And where once the man was standing,
It cut out.
I was trying to.
I wanted to hear him say "Dark Vengeance."
Dark Vengeance.
In that voice, I would have been fucking.
Then you're left alone in the clearing. As you.
I thought he was lonely. I thought he would be delighted to have me offer to bring 14 children out to meet him.
If you came up to me and I lived alone in the woods for 10 years and said, "Hey, you want to meet my children?" I would just go away too. I don't want to meet your kids. That just sounds
Yeah.
scary.
You're not a ghost. He's a ghost. All right,
No.
shut up, Sturg.
And then once
You don't know what he's going
mention the
through.
fact that there's 14 of them.
Yeah, that's like even worse. Like 2 kids is enough. A whole kindergarten?
You people don't know what you're saying.
I mean, you
They
could just
are-
take his chalice and then bleed on it while you're at the orphanage, and he won't really have a choice.
That
Well, that's kind of weird. Let's not do that. All right.
The kids start bleeding on you too to summon him.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna
anyway,
help him, not condemn him.
Daddy
to...
Glacier said I could.
Glacier does
it, what can I do it?
Nysa just freaks out, like, oh my god.
You're summoning things.
okay, all right,
No
all
demons
right.
at the table.
I will abandon that idea. You all make valid points.
Everyone's bleeding. They have like a knife in their foot.
One of like,
Not gonna happen, Sturg. Now let's talk about the
Mr.
snake
Nysa has
attack.
to do mass healing.
Like,
Out
Fury's
of spell slots all the time. Keep having to take
Alright.
long rests.
Alright,
You
Muriel.
guys depart.
Are we gonna go to the west where we saw the campfight?
I thought we were following Muriel.
Yeah, I'm just going around to kill things.
Yeah, she's gonna show us where to find the damn Wicker Man, and we're gonna smash that
Get
shit
that
up before
gem.
they have a chance. Yes, we're gonna get that gem. We're gonna bust up some berserkers. Sturg's gonna like wrestle a bunch of people or something. It's gonna be great. Come on, you guys, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, and
stand
also,
up and fight.
Muriel, next time you want to cut yourself and summon demons, like, let us in on it, please.
We almost
I'm-
killed you.
Shit, was that guy a demon? I thought he was a nice
He's-
ghost.
No, he's not a demon. He is a nice ghost. He helps me out when I need it every now and again. He gives me a little bit of information.
Yeah, you
All
know
right,
that.
so you
Nothing wrong
know-
with that.
We don't know that. For all you know, he
Yeah.
could have been summoning
You make a
an
fair
entire
point.
army to kill us. So just be sharp next
I
time.
promise I won't do it again.
Okay, but he's your friend though, right?
Yeah, of course he's my friend. I wouldn't bring you to your doom.
You reckon he really doesn't? You reckon he really doesn't want to meet my kids?
I reckon he really doesn't want to meet your kids. He's well, let's just say he's not the child-friendly sort. I don't even know if he had any kids in real life.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's okay. You can take his place at our table. Let me start telling you all of their names and what they like.
I love hearing
She-
about your kids' pleasure.
She heads to the front of the path and leads you guys out. And about 25 to 30 minutes of yapping about your kids.
No, I'm just
You are cresting a curve, and you can see the hill not too far off. When you hear good evening, or
Oh, God.
perhaps good morning, and ahead
Oh,
of you,
fuck.
a tall, pale figure emerges from the trees, riding atop. Hello, his
Strahd,
fiery.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
his-
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Dark vengeance.
Do you bum rush him immediately to attack him?
Yes. God.
No,
Damn it.
I grapple. I grapple this bum.
Yep. All right.
I hold him back.
No, you can grapple me here. You can't grapple me all the way back there. I ran the fuck up here. I literally tried to jump onto his horse.
Okay, we can do a little grapple check. I rolled bad. That's not good.
All right.
Can I give Strahd
There's a
bardic
chance.
inspiration?
Yeah, it might actually need. I might need it.
No, you
I
don't.
need it.
You need it.
How much is
Yeah,
it?
No.
How much
I'm
is
sorry.
it?
Yes, you can give it to Strahd. Yes, please give it to him.
How
now.
much is a D8?
Yeah,
it?
D8.
Please, please,
Like-
please. Oh, thank fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Okay, and I'll pull you the fuck back.
with the force, with the force of Gleister's running forward, you're running forward. You're a big beefy man. Gleister's a grown ass man. And you grasp him, but you have to fight him so hard that both of you just completely fall down into the dirt, and you roll around for a able to drag him to his feet and backwards, where
Mhm.
the
You're laughing now,
Strahd
but you've been laughing for long.
I'm gonna
is,
go bear form if
easily
he
heard.
takes any more steps forward.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go bear form if he takes any more steps forward.
He doesn't.
Gleister is frothing at the mouth, screaming about how he killed Myrtle and how he's gonna fucking kill him, and just describing gruesome ways that he's gonna kill him. I'm gonna
Let's do
stop
another
him
grapple check.
until
No,
jelly.
no. Let's do another grapple check.
Let's not.
Yeah,
It's been literally 3 milliseconds. So hold on.
No,
Let him
I meant
talk.
to want to silence him. I wanted to silence
Oh,
him.
to silence him. Sure.
I don't
As
want
you
him
just
getting a
stuff your
TPK. I'm
whole
sorry.
fist, as you stuff your whole fist into Gleister's teeth, hopefully not damaging any of them.
The joke's on you. I've got a visor on my face from my helmet.
Shit, I'll go through it.
It's dented into your lips. They can't move.
Smashes that shit in your face.
It's morphed to his face.
Could we agree that he maybe just cuts off my windpipe and chokes me?
Sure,
Squeezes
sure.
your neck out.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not gonna
Alright.
damage your
So
armor. You're
hard to
fine.
breathe.
Yeah. Just like, keep me from saying
Where's-
bad stuff.
Stuff your filthy fist in my mouth. I'd rather be choked out. Yeah, we'll take it.
The steed beneath Strahd snorts, flames shooting from its nostrils as its fiery mane flickers like a hellish fiery halo around its head, and wisps of acrid smoke fill the air around you with sulfur and burning flesh scent, and powerful muscles flex beneath the contours of its dull, its dark black hide. And you can see a flash of metal gleaming with gold and deep burgundy glittering within the saddlebags of the beast. And he just clicks his heels and keeps himself forward, but he's like turned as to obstruct your path. And he
Horse is
says,
so cool. I'll steal it.
Such familiar faces. Jarell, Gleister, Sturg, Alcena, Jeebel,
Saying that?
Izek. It warms my heart to see you all still standing. I trust Barovia has been accommodating.
Quite fun, yeah. Lost my god. Got a bit more ripped. Got some chains.
It sounds like you've gotten off easy. And who is this? How rude of me. I don't believe we've been introduced. Please, won't one of you be so kind as to enlighten me to your new friend?
And this is
Why? You want
I
to
thought
date
you
her
were
too?
all knowing.
I never met you either.
Oh, hardly.
My name-
Please now, you flatter me, my dear. I am not a god. I am simply as close as one can get to it.
Or
Ooh.
as
If
close
she
to dirt
wants
as you
you to
can.
know her name, she is more than welcome to tell you herself. If she doesn't, that's her business.
No matter. She is inconsequential to me. Tell me, what business brings you to the road to Yesterhill at such a dark and forsaken hour? Surely you must know there are few who walk this path without purpose.
Again,
And
I'm not really sure that's your business.
Yeah.
oh, well, how unfortunate. You know, personally, I find that it is always the final hours before dawn that I most enjoy. Time of quiet, stillness, when even the night itself holds its breath in anticipation. But I confess, I did not expect to find such kindred spirits on this lonely path this evening.
Esther is still unconscious, but his hand
Oh,
comes
you're
up
not
and flips.
unconscious. You're just silenced.
No, you choked me out.
Okay.
He's
okay.
unconsciousing himself. He says this is for the best.
No.
All he can hear
It's
is the blood
we've
rushing in his ears.
no. We've agreed. The only way that I wouldn't be continually trying to fight is if we take that 26 athletics as you literally choked me unconscious. But even in my state of semi-consciousness, my hand raises up and flips him the bird after he finishes his speech about us being
It's just a
kindred spirits.
weak, like shuddering hand, just
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
it falls.
Perfect.
He just, Alcena, as you boldly decline to answer him, he just strong of will you are, but you needn't trouble yourselves with deception. I suspect we are here for much the same reason. To witness the
Mhm.
forest folk's great triumph. The birth of the blight they call Winter Splinter.
Sounds
Oh, yeah.
stupid.
I mean, they can try.
Kick-ass name.
Must be the Wicker Man.
I scribble it down for a name of a song.
We
When
were making
winter
fun of that
splinters-
name last session.
Where?
Yeah.
Well, I must hazard a guess that you have not come to celebrate the druid's mighty victory, but to vanquish it by sword and spell.
No. Try fist.
Do be careful, dear guests. The forest folk are so zealous in their rituals. They do so hate to be interrupted.
Okay. Are you gonna go
Sounds
back
like
on
a
your
them
gloomy little
problem.
night walk? Yeah.
I was actually going to invite you to walk alongside me as I ride to the hill, for the road is dark and full of terrors, and company is always welcome.
So you're lonely.
Of course he is.
And
We
That's why
also
he keeps messing with Irina.
You failed at that too.
And
walking for
I
what?
see that
No
our
bitches.
darling Irina is not with you. Have you abandoned her somewhere?
Yeah.
absolutely not. But that's for
Oh.
us to know and you to not worry about.
You hit her at the bottom of a lake with Sturg's axe.
You haven't told me where the fuck that fucking axe is. You better wash your mouth, you little unconscious shit.
I'm still just hurt that you rejected my offer of courtship, Bard.
He turns the horse around and sort of looks at you expectantly with a inviting smile.
He's lonely.
How far is it approximately?
Muriel looks up and then to the hill. Another 10 minutes, maybe?
All right, I'm gonna
That's not
trot
that bad.
along in bear form, just in case.
I guess I'll put Gloucester's unconscious body on top of you.
Sounds good to me.
Boy.
Okay.
Where'd you
as you
get a horse? Funny man.
What?
Where'd you get a horse?
Peter, the horse is here.
I mean, I also could have went warhorse form, but I don't have good stats.
I want to steal his
Um,
ride.
As you begin to walk alongside Strahd, he continues to have like that inviting, kind smile. Gleister's just kind of thumping along across your back, Sturg, and let's just all hope that, for Gleister's sake, Sturg does not pass any amount of wind.
Hey man, I had a salad. He's fine.
Refried
So
beans.
tell me, have you all enjoyed your stay in Barovia since our last
I thought
meeting?
I thought I was riding on top of the bear. Why is
You
Sturg
are.
gonna fart on my face?
You are on top of the bear.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
my bad.
Mr. Okay, thank God. Okay. So Sturg is not gonna fart on my face, right?
No. No.
I mean,
Potentially
it's
not.
still up for question.
Alcina, please promise.
D&D, anything could happen.
Right,
You
right.
know, we can find out right now. Hold on. Where's
You-
the con
You're
save?
laying on very, very fluffy fur.
It's now. I will now be referring to it as a fart save.
Mhm.
I resist the urge to fart.
Also, this bear form would snap her jaws at you if you did.
Does anybody answer Strahd's
No, I don't know why.
question,
Strahd
or
thinks
you
we're all
leave
friends.
him lingering?
What was the?
I'll say I
I'm
can't
sorry. What was
talk
the question
anymore,
again?
but we are not friends.
He asked us how we were. Like,
He
in
asked,
town?
have you enjoyed your stay in Barovia since our last meeting?
Well, I never met you before, but it's been pretty good since I got here.
I mean-
This is very good.
I had fun at the little psychiatric rehab center. I got to beat up that big freak over there, and I pointed at freaky Isaac. I beat him in a bush, relentlessly.
Ah.
I'm gonna beat you in a bush too one day. Just give it a few more weeks.
I will not spoil your dreams just yet.
Oh yeah? How about your horse? Where do you get a horse? How do I get a horse like that?
Ah,
This is
yes.
majestic steed.
My loyal companion. And he sort of like weaves his fingies through the flames of the creature's mane. This is Bocephalus, the Wonder Horse, they called him in life. He is a different sort of wonder now.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? I want a horse like that. I think it fits
Yes.
for my vibe.
Perhaps one day you will be as powerful as I am. Perhaps not.
Steal your fucking horse one day.
Tell me, Strahd, where are you from before Barovia?
Oh, it has been so long, I must admit that I cannot even remember my life before I began to rule this land. I have always been the ruler of Barovia for as much as I am concerned. That is when my life truly began.
Unfortunate you forget yourself. Who you used to be.
Well, who I used to be was clearly of little or no importance, as that Strahd is dead. Tell me, my friends, and he sort of stops as you guys get to almost the top of the hill. It's been about 20 minutes or so. 10 minutes or so of walking. Why exactly should I allow you to meddle in the affairs of my most devoted servant? After all, they do work so hard in their efforts to please me.
Why should you care? Aren't you above being human's little helper? Isn't it just like ants to you? Why don't you just watch?
Even the queen of the anthill requires worker ants to rule over, do they not? And
So
they
you bend your
are
knee
my
to
little...
insects?
Bend my knee. You are a fool. These are my underlings, my minions, and they work hard to please me, as I've said.
Maybe
I do
we
not
work
wish
harder.
to make that in vain.
Hmm. Luskin?
Well, just consider the inevitable. You know, we are here to oppose you. And when we do, you're a god. You'll most likely win. As we lay bleeding, dying on the floor, you get to turn us into your own servants. You will be more powerful. These small lives before us.
He sort of looks down at you with a very smug sort of smirk. I must admit, your audacity never fails to amuse me, my little adventuring friends. Very well, if you are all so determined to play the hero, I shall not stand in your way. But let us make a game, shall we? And he smiles wider.
What do you propose?
Game. It's
Yes.
real life.
Well, should you succeed in your endeavor here, meet me at the base of the Whispering Wall to the west, and I shall reward your efforts with a gift and with a secret.
Okay.
Meet him at
Can
the
I-
base of what?
The Whispering Wall to the west. And if you fail, well, your opponent no doubt has plans for that eventuality.
Yeah, eco-friendly.
As we've been walking beside him this whole time, you mentioned there was something in a saddlebag on his horse.
There is.
As we've been walking, I've been trying to keep an eye out to try and figure out what it is.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Whew.
There is enough glint of metal, leather, clinking, chain, that it is some sort of armor.
Mm.
This is the first time I see Strahd. Can I roll perception to see if he's like wearing any kind of hat or any kind of like jewelry that looks cool or anything like that?
By all means.
It's off.
I mean, the man is very finely dressed. He's definitely rich and is dressed quite rich as well.
Does he have like a, I don't know, like a amulet or chains or something
Like
around
a
his
top
neck?
hat
Any
or
kind
like
of necklace?
a pimp cane?
A pimp cane? It does not appear that he has a pimp cane of any kind, no. He's got a fine doublet. I mean, he does have like fine jewels on his buttons, those sort of things, but it's not like he's got like a life source very visible on the outside of him or something.
Just cosmetic. Is he like he's not wearing a hat?
He's not wearing a hat, no.
Damn. Okay.
You're just making a hat collection?
Yeah. I was
Sick.
gonna challenge him to a dance battle, but I can't. There's nothing I want from him, so
Hmm.
You
Like,
carry on.
I don't know if I want to make a play for that armor or not.
I was thinking about it too, but I'm like,
Hmm.
that's armor. I feel like you would notice.
Well, it's on his horse, not him.
Oh, I know.
It's at
So
the
you're gonna get
saddlebag of the saddle he's on top of right now.
Okay.
So you're gonna try to pickpocket him and then dance off with him if he catches you.
No, no. I was gonna try to dance off her a hat or anything kind of like that, because that'd be fucking hilarious. But
I mean, I could do arm wrestle with him.
that's up to you.
Hey man, I'm not for anything. I don't need the armor. If you need it, fucking offer it.
That could
Oh,
be
I
the
don't-
reward.
It could be.
I mean, you could ask about it then.
If you try to steal the reward before it's given to you, do you think you get the reward at the end?
We would already have it.
And I feel like the consequences of getting caught would kind of suck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not going to make a play for the armor. Last time I had a very critical sleight of hand check, it did not go the way I wanted it to.
How high is your sleight of hand?
+1.
Oh,
Oh,
Not high enough for all that.
no, mine's +7. That's
oh he had me beat
Oh,
by
very
one.
nice.
Sorry, +0. I have a 0.
oh.
If I was playing Dream right now, it would be different. Huh?
Strahd said he has sleight of hand. That makes sense.
Yeah, I actually do.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it for
I don't
tickling
remember where I got
people?
it from. Maybe.
Secret tickles. That's
Do you
all
not
bad.
think a guy who's good with grappling is good with his hands? Good with his fingers?
I'm deceased. Alright, moving on. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll see you at the base of the Whispering Wall. Old man.
Alright. You finally continue, and after a few more minutes, the trail through the thick woods leads to a hill covered with dead grass and cairns of black rock. There are dark, ominous clouds gathering high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West
Release
of the
me!
hill... Never. I locked it because of you. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish behind a towering wall of fog. There's a flash of bright viridian light that suddenly flickers from within an enormous ring of stacked boulders atop the hilltop. As you watch, the light thrums like an unsteady heartbeat. Think that you can faintly hear the distant sounds of drumming echoing across the mountains from atop the hill. Strahd reins in Bucephalus, looks down the path to the peak with that idle, amused grin of his. If you wish to make good on our bet, my friends, then you must first meet me where the road greets the summit. I shall make most certain that the festivities do not start without you. You must meet your opponent, after all. I will see you all at the top. And before you can reply or take a step forward, flames flare beneath Bucephalus's hooves, and in a rush of acrid smoke, both he and his rider completely vanish into the night. Do not run!
Freedom!
Do not run.
So Glacier regained consciousness.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Blacked out for
It's like a proximity
10 minutes.
alarm.
Are you still riding atop my back, or you down on the
No,
ground?
no,
now?
no. I gently patted you on the back when I regained consciousness and gave you my thanks.
So, I have a crazy idea. How about we just run in? No plan.
Sounds like a terrible
Sounds
idea.
like you.
I mean, it worked out so far, but like that, no.
Okay.
can only
Counter
get so lucky.
proposal.
I'm
Counter
riding on your
proposal
back.
is
Counter proposal? Question mark.
let's actually make a plan real quick, and let's just stay here for a second before they see us.
I'd go down there and cast silence on them.
Oh, that's a great.
Oh,
That's actually a
opener.
really good idea.
Before we go, I want to use aid and give us all. Wait, hold on. What is it? Up to 3 creatures with range. The hit points. Hit points increase by 5.
That's maximum hit points.
Yeah. Each target's hit
Yes.
points, maximum and current hit points are increased by 5 for the duration. I'm going to use aid on Glacier,
Very nice.
Strahd, and Alcena.
Okay, post it for me.
Yep.
Aid. Gleister, Strahd, Alcena.
I'll go ahead and get Armor of Agathis.
And that lasts for 8 hours.
That asks for 1 hour.
What?
No, that's Armor of Agathis that lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, sorry, you posted them both at the same time. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. 8 hours, no concentrating. Jarrell is doing our Armor of Agathis on himself.
It's only cast on self.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Self, I see that. At level...
3.
Okay, make sure you use
Everything
spell
defaults
slots.
to level 3.
Right, got it. Which is 15 cold damage.
Mm-hmm. 15 temp hit
And
points.
the 15 hit points as well. Alright. You stand there and you can see the large stone cairns off to the west and to the east of you. Other than that, it's just the circle of standing stones ahead of you.
Yeah, so I can run in, cast silence on all of them. I bet it would interrupt the ritual because I'm sure there's some sort of like,
Verbal.
yeah, chanting or whatever. And if not, I mean, I got hold person or hold him still.
But you can't just have you
No, I
run up
can't. Yeah.
by yourself.
He can. He
No,
can run up on my back. I'll just run up there. He can cast silence, and then I just bound back.
Can we see all the way down this mountain, or is it kind of like, is it going up the mountain or going into a hole? I can't.
Going
tell.
up.
Okay,
You're
so
at the
we
base
can't-
right now.
Okay, so we currently can't see what's on top of the mountain, like fully.
Correct.
I was thinking more along the lines of me and Sturg go in first, and when we go in, you are concealed and ready to hit with the silence, like in the
Concealed.
right away. We get a surprise round on them.
How would you conceal me? Just I'd sneak in.
Oh, yeah, you just Cena has a cloak of elven kind.
Wait, that too. I think I answered for, I don't remember what he said, but is silence concentrated on an area or a point like in
An
Baldur's Gate?
Area.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So if you
Fuck.
cast it on a person, it's going to stay in the spot that person was,
Oop.
but it's not going to follow them around. You know what I mean?
I want it to be a silence murdering machine.
To be clear, the scale on this map is large, so that entire area is easily
Oh, wow.
over 100 feet wide.
I didn't notice that.
You've still got about 500 feet to the top of the hill.
Oh, cool. So, yeah, so we
Boy.
got time before they can even see us, especially if they're top.
Though your good friend paws the ground up above, waiting for you.
Yeah, he said he's gonna make sure they don't start without us.
Okay, so they know we're coming then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
It's gonna
realize
be
that.
all inconspicuous, like.
I'm writing Alcina.
Okay.
I'm gonna go this way.
I'm holding
We're
on to the
stop
tail,
right
getting
here,
dragged.
nose to
No, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
with this
pause. Pause. All peoples are paused.
Okay.
All peoples are pausing. There's not any things around. Where's Strahd coming from?
Strah's walking around. I'm gonna walk around.
Ariel and Isaac just chilling back there.
horse. They're not a part of this. They're like, they're going a little crazy.
Nah.
I'm only seeing darkness for some reason.
I see so. God damn it, Jeebus. Didn't I tell you to stop running into danger?
Right? He's like, no,
Turn on
get
my
the fuck
dad.
back here. Alright. Moving. As you approach, Strahd greets you at the entrance. Quite the impressive display, wouldn't you say?
I know, I've got a big old
Nice
bear.
birthday.
Look at this.
I will not deny you that you also make one of your own, but I did refer to my folk here. Ludmilla was always one to put on a show. Come inside and meet your opponent.
When he said impressive display, I thought he was talking to me, so I was like a little
He
bit.
gets deep grumbles from Alcina.
Okay, well,
The rhythmic chanting of the druids continues to be louder. It thrums through the air. And a woman turns, her dark eyes sweeping over each of you as you step into the circle. And a moment later, her form dissolves into a curl of mist, only to coalesce 30 feet ahead. Her gaze now fixed upon you before her head turns towards Strahd, inclined in deference. My lord, I had not known you would be bringing additional company. Strahd gestures towards all of you with a flourish, with his lips curving in that ever-present amusement. And he says, I had
flip him
no
the bird
hands.
again. I flip him the bird again when he gestures at me, and I say, "Fuck you."
They are very spirited,
your ass.
but I had no hand in their arrival, but I must admit I am most intrigued to see what you will do next.
Oh, he led us right here, actually. Like, we were just walking this trail back there, and he showed up, and he's like, hey, I got some friends. I want you to fight. Here we are.
Her gaze looks over you as you speak, Jarell, and then it flicks back to Strahd. It kind of goes down to his hand. And in an instant, her expression seems to harden. Her voice turns cold. Another one of your games, then. Very well, my lord. I assure you, however, that you shall be disappointed. And he just smiles evermore. Perhaps, but I have always relished the opportunity for surprise. Before he disappears into that ever-present mist of his,
Bastard
leaving
shit.
Gotta learn how
the
to do
woman alone with you. interlopers.
Rotten hell.
She turns to look at you all, gives you a small smile. Jarrell, you atop the bear.
He grins
Well,
mischievously back.
I suppose that means I must deal with you myself.
I throw an axe at her.
Where the fuck
Are you the
bud?
maiden fair with eyes like stars and raven hair?
I most certainly am a maiden fair. Don't you think so? I must be for Strahd to have taken me as one of his brides.
Well, then you wait for me and me alone. In this ring of stone.
She sort of like narrows her eyes at you,
It rhymes.
not fully understanding.
Oh, you want a gift? That was part of it too. You want a gift? What do you want? I got gifts.
Give her a severed vampire hand.
You get
Oh, yeah,
teeth. You
we
got
have
vampire teeth.
We have hands too. We're gonna make daggers out of them.
Oh, that's true.
It'd be funny if you took one out and slapped her with it.
She looks at at Muriel, who's standing beside you, and kind of like gives a knowing grin. And smiles. You've brought one of those with you, have you?
Oh yeah, right?
Oh yeah, right? What?
Is
One of
Strahd
those
still
what?
standing there, or is that? I thought he disappeared.
Oh, sorry, he is meant to be gone. Only Bocephalus left, apparently.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, is he just
He's just chilling,
watching?
hands crossed, watching you.
Just watch him hit on his girl, bro.
One of those.
Huh?
I look down. Me?
One of
the
those.
wine wizards. They got beef.
Something like this. These
We're gonna fuck your wicker man up, man.
were ravens.
A were raven.
Eat.
Didn't
Where?
know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I
Neither.
would say that there are many things that you do not know about your companion. Would you wish for me to enlighten you?
Oh, please do.
Eh.
Hmm.
Not really. I mean, I don't like to pry into other people's business. You know, maybe you shouldn't either.
But he's offering us free information. That's like never a thing.
It sounds like she's about to
Asana
snitch.
just nudges Glacier
Well, then we can give her.
lovingly. Simmer down, simmer down.
Yeah. Okay.
I will not take up your time if you do not wish to hear what I have to say, but how do you know that you can trust these creatures? Hmm?
Oh, I assume I can't trust anybody here.
Well,
Besides my
let
companions.
me.
Hey,
I
thumbs
think
up.
that is
I was about to say.
perhaps for the best. For these creatures cannot be trusted. Let me tell you why.
Please do.
3 months pass. When little Doru's pitiful rebellion stirred my lord from his slumber, there was a raven among them. But not an ordinary bird. It watched, listened as though it understood far more than it should have. I have seen many strange things in this valley, but that creature, it was something else entirely. When I returned to my lord's service, he granted me leave to study the creature. It was remarkable, truly. Any wound it suffered, no matter how grave, sealed itself within moments. Except, of course, for those inflicted by silver or necrotic magic. That was when I knew I had a were-raven in my grasp. And she just sort of grins, like this sickly, knowing grin at Muriel, who is clenching her fists, basically like just trembling as she stands there.
Asana growls.
And
at the
so-
mention of harming animals.
Yeah, I don't approve of that.
That is because you are weak. You must do these sorts of things to learn, to grow, to get the information you need in order to succeed in your plans. So, my research continued. Vivisection seemed the most efficient means of uncovering its final mysteries. It shrieked and squealed like a pig, but, of course, the silver of its bindings burned too fiercely for it to even entertain escape. When it finally expired, it reverted to a man's form. All of the confirmation that I needed. I delivered the body to Baba Lasaga, an old colleague of mine, and a woman of most singular wisdom. With her guidance, I traced its lineage to the Martikovs. A seditious little family that scurries about their winery like rodents in the fields. Baba Lasaga vowed to see their kind eradicated, and us druids of Yesterhill, well, we have long despised those who would defile the Shadowed Lord's land with their feathered trickery. Imagine all of their delight when Baba's scarecrows unearthed the source of the winery's fertility. 2 enchanted gemstones, heirlooms stolen from their ancestors. You must understand how eager they were to reclaim what was theirs. You think me your enemy, and well, perhaps I am. But your raven friends, I wonder how many secrets do they keep from you? And her fingers curl further. But, of course, a good specimen never holds its secrets for long.
By the way, during that whole monologue, Gleister was just standing there super bored, trying to use the gauntleted pinky of his on his hand to pick his nose, but it's like too big because he's got the gauntlet on.
Naturally.
Dude, ignore me, dude. I'm just standing there doing nothing. What are you coming closer for? Yeah, just
as you stand there ahead,
What you're
the
saying
dark
is she's
storm.
a badass.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
The dark storm continues to roil overhead, and then a single bolt of lightning lances down from the boiling clouds, surrounding the statue ahead in a nimbus of white, blinding light.
Uh-oh.
And a deep groan seems to shudder through the very earth of the hill beneath you. And the wind around you whips up into a hot and heavy gale, sort of tearing through the tall grass, shrieking across the hilltop. And the sounds of chanting and drum beats intensify, and sparks of deep viridian energy begin to arc across the earth and towards the statue.
Where's the drum beat stuff coming from? Or is it all
And
the
she
people
simply
here?
that's correct. And she simply gives you a smile before raising her arms and joining in with their chanting.
Did I do it?
Hey, knock it off with that shit.
And I'm going to need us all to please roll initiative.
Poopy pants. I wonder if I can lift that thing.
I'm gonna go with a probably not.
Hey man,
Probably
you don't know
not.
me.
Uh-oh.
Hey man, I'm a neutral party. I haven't done anything to cause harm.
That's definitely it. That is the end of our session for the evening.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I know, but
It's
this
a
fight,
cliffhanger.
this fight
Yeah.
is too big to start us right now, unfortunately.